I think it's the most ridiculous un-American policy ever. And no matter how many times I explain it to people, it still sounds so stupid.
And there's a decades-old international postal agreement which is costing the U.S. taxpayer hundreds of millions of dollars annually, an untold amount of American jobs. Let's find out more about it. Chinese dominance in the cyber sales arena is a result of a number of issues, including low labor costs, almost non-existent regulations, and an increasingly large part of the Chinese success is their incredibly low shipping costs. The primary reason for this imbalance is a decades-old arrangement for incoming packages set by a UN agency called the Universal Postal Union. A deal was made to ship other countries' packages, including China, anywhere in the US for about $1.50, without regard to the real costs borne by the US Postal Service.
We are probably providing a lot of their profit margin by subsidizing that leg when they're shipping into the US. And the subsidy difference is really dramatic. We're not talking about a couple pennies, we're talking about dollars per unit.
And no single player in e-commerce has benefited from this more than the Chinese behemoth Alibaba. It sells 3 times as many products as Amazon and has its eye on dominating the US market, with assistance from the US Postal Service. This has created a situation in which US businesses competing with Chinese companies are at a massive disadvantage in terms of shipping costs. The US Postal Service admitted that losses from this postal deal alone amount to over $170 million in 2017. And as e-commerce from China continues to explode, so will the losses suffered by the Postal Service and consequently the US taxpayer. In a bizarre and disturbing twist, this postal arrangement essentially forces the American taxpayer to subsidize Chinese counterfeit goods coming into the US because they take advantage of the same shipping discount. The counterfeit market is a $1.7 trillion per year industry, larger than the illicit drug trade, costing over $20 billion in lost profits and millions of jobs. And Alibaba and Amazon are reaping rich rewards from these fake goods, while costing American retailers and manufacturers billions. Another issue with subsidizing shipping to the US is that it essentially makes Chinese companies immune to returns. They basically don't have to concern themselves as much with quality or safety. It seems to me that this is not only a fixable issue, but it is a truly bipartisan issue. As e-commerce continues to increasingly swallow up our retail dollars, putting US companies on a level playing field with their Chinese competitors seems like a pretty important thing to do.